والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد وعنه أي نبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يعرق الناس يوم القيامة حتى يذهب عرقهم في الأرض 70 ذراعا ويلجمهم حتى يبلغ آذانهم متفق عليه. Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu said that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that people will be sweating on the day of Qiyamah, so much so that until their sweat will go into the earth 70 zira, 70 meter, and they will be sweating so much so that it will become like rains for them. It will go to their ears. Hadith Sharif is being narrated by Bukhari Sharif and Muslim Sharif. By coming Hadith Sharif, inshallah, we will understand more. In this Hadith Sharif, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam had mentioned that day of Qiyamah, it will be such worrying days, it will be such frightening day, it will be such full of concern and anxiety day, that because of the worry, because of the reckoning, and because of its fear, people, they will start sweating, and they will sweat so much that their sweat will go into the ground for 70 meters. And when it comes to their bodies, sweat will come as far as their ears. It will become like a rain. When person is being rained, cannot even open his mouth, cannot even open his mouth to talk. That's how, sweat will be covering his whole being. He will not be able to do anything because of the fear of the reckoning. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us correct understanding of Quran and Sunnah. According to commentators, Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam and Awliya, they will be excluded. According to commentators, that Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam and Awliya, they will be excluded, as coming riwayat will explain further. But may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such, that Sahabi, within the lifetime of Nabi Sallallahu, the type of iman he had, the type of belief he had, the type of conviction he had, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us its maximum share. That Sahabi comes to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam and he says that, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Ka'anni anduru ila arshir rahmani barizan. Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, my condition has become such that as if I am looking at the arsh of Rahman subhanahu wa ta'ala openly, with my naked eyes. My condition is such that like that arsh of Rahman subhanahu wa ta'ala is in front of my naked eyes. He says that my condition is such that I am watching and I am observing that people of Jannah, they are entering into Jannah. I am observing that people of Jahannam, they are entering into Jahannam. I could hear their screams. That is how my vision is. That is how my sight is. That is how my consciousness is. That is how my conviction is. That is what he said to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Absarta fa'alzim." Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "You have received basirat of iman. Hold it on. Keep it with you firmly. Do not let it go." Like Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam paid tribute to him. That's how any word came out from Quran and from Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us such vision, such understanding, such conviction, such iman, that, we didn't even go into hereafter. But whatever is being said by Nabi Sallallahu, then we treat ourselves like we are standing into the field of reckoning, and we have time now about to face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like that Sahabi said to Nabi Sallallahu, that Ya Rasulullah, in front of my naked eye, I can see Arsh of Rahman subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am watching Arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is in front of me. There is no veil between me and the Arsh of Rahman subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no veil between me and Jannat. There is no veil between me and Jahannam. I am watching that people of Jannat entering into Jannat, and people of Jahannam, they are entering into Jahannam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us that type of iman. Our Shaykh Shah Hakim Muhammad Akhtar Sahib Rahmatullah used to say that one person narrated that, and he was sitting in front of Hazrat Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi Rahmatullah. He was sitting in front of Hazrat Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi Rahmatullah, and he said, Hazrat Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi Rahmatullah read the letter. He received the letter. And in that letter it was said that, Hazrat, my condition is such that although I am walking onto the land of this dunya, I am walking onto the earth of this dunya, but my condition has become such that I am walking as if I am walking onto the land of Jannat. As if I am walking into the land of hereafter. Although I am in dunya, but I treat myself as that I am walking into the earth of Jannat. When Hazrat Thanvi Rahmatullah read that letter, and immediately Hazrat Thanvi Rahmatullah said, this person is the Siddiq of our time. This person is the Siddiq of our time. So that person who was sitting in front of Hazrat Thanvi Rahmatullah, he narrated to our Shaykh that, do you want to know whose letter it was? So our Shaykh asked that whose letter it was. He said, it was the letter of your Shaykh, Hazrat Maulana Abdul Ghani Phulpuri Rahmatullah. Hazrat Maulana Abdul Ghani Phulpuri Rahmatullah wrote this letter to Hazrat Thanvi Rahmatullah. Hazrat Thanvi Rahmatullah read in front of everybody that this person is writing that although Hazrat, I am walking onto the earth of dunya, but my condition, my consciousness, my conviction has become such that I feel as if I am walking onto the land of Jannat and land of hereafter. When he read that, when he wrote that, his Shaykh gave him the certificate that this person is the Siddiq of his time. And you know why I am sharing? We are entering in such a troublesome time. Before, ulama used to say that the nifaq-e-i'tiqadi, it was into the time of Nabi Sallallahu. Nifaq-e-i'tiqadi into the time of Nabi Sallallahu. Some of our Salaf, they had this opinion that in our time there is only nifaq-e-amali, there is no nifaq-e-i'tiqadi. But now we fear, I could be wrong, we fear that again we are entering into the nifaq-e-i'tiqadi. Hypocrisy into beliefs. Hypocrisy into beliefs. Nabi Sallallahu time was such, according to some riwayat, Nabi Sallallahu sitting onto the mimbar, and sometime, Nabi Sallallahu, couldn't, how much you can tolerate? How much you can tolerate? So Nabi Sallallahu said it out from the mimbar, that you get up and go because you are a munafiq. You get up and go, you are a munafiq. You get up and go and you are a munafiq. Like that 12 people he sent him out. And he said that they are the munafiq. They are culprits. Now may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is the sadaqah of our Nabi Sallallahu. It is the sadaqah of our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that our internal being no one knows. No one knows. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through His fazl, protect us from all types of nifaq. From all types of nifaq. We had this type of salaf. This is not centuries ago. This is about 70, 80 years ago. And he is treating himself that although he is in a dunya, but he feels that he is into hereafter. They had such iman, such conviction. Whatever came from Allah and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, there was no if and but. There was no hesitation. There was no doubt. There was no questioning. Oh Allah, make us such that we do not worship our intelligence. We are entering into such time that, sometimes we take the name that, no, I am a Muslim. But in reality wise, I am not a Muslim. I don't believe in Allah. I believe into my sense. I believe into my logic. I believe into my common sense. If it makes common sense to me, I will accept. If it doesn't make common sense to me, I will not accept. That's how it will not be valid when it comes to the nusus of Quran and Sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We are suffering with many diseases. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala free us from these types of disease. And how can we become free? If we remain into the suhbat of such people who are free from internal hypocrisy. From the hypocrisy of i'tiqad. If we remain in their suhbat, then from their hearts, that conviction will be transferred into our hearts. Otherwise, there are so many talks and so many conferences and so many speeches. Oh Allah, make us such that every riwayat of your Nabi Sallallahu and every ayat of yours, we go through under the sweet sohbat of such person that who is drowned into the submission. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such. So, this is the hadith sharif, and we had examples like Sahabi comes to Nabi Sallallahu and whatever was said about hereafter, he treated himself that, I am observing that more than what I observe with my physical eyes. That's how we should have imani eyes. That's how we should have imani intelligence. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's why our Sheikh Yunus rahmatullah alayhi used to say that whoever holds the finger of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam with love, affection, ishq, muhabbat and marifat, then that Nabi takes him from this world to next world with total success. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's what we were discussing this morning. That our motivator must become only one person, and that is our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Planner of our worldly life, planner of our barzakhi life, and planner of our hereafterly life must become only one person, and that must be our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Oh Allah, give us correct ilm of our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam through the golden chain of Sahaba, every Sahabi. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, transfer effect of that sohbat also, and transfer correct understanding of the Sahaba, what they receive from Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta